Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be covering the first tutorial of SQLite databases with Python, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel so we can beat the YouTube algorithm together. So in this video we're going to be covering how to create a table with Python in SQLite. So first things first, what we're going to do is import SQLite, which comes pre-installed when you install Python. And then first we have to define two variables. First, the connection to our database, which we're just going to call con, and then we're going to say SQLite dot connect, and then we're going to call the name of our database. And then we can do any database, and if we don't have this database created, it will automatically create it for us. So I've already created this testing.db. And then the second variable we have to do is c, which is short for cursor, which is going to help us execute all our tasks. Then we're going to do con dot cursor, and then that's going to define our cursor for us. And then what we have to do to create a table is type in c dot execute, and then we're going to use multi-line comments, and then it's just need three quotations on each side, and then we're going to tap enter out a little bit. And then what we have to do is all caps. We have to do create table, and then the name of our table, which we need to be in this video I'm just gonna call it tutorial. So we're gonna caps out tutorial, my bad guys, I spelled tutorial wrong. And then what we have to do is do open and close brackets, tab out the brackets, close that out, and then what we have to do is type in the values that are going to be in this table. So the values that an SQLite database can store is text, integer, blob, which is like any kind of like file, like MP4 file or anything else, and strings. So first we're just going to create a basic one column table, which we just want to make it name, and then we're going to type in text because that's the type it's going to be storing. And then we're just going to run this to see if we get no error. We get no errors. Now we want to comment this code out because we already created the table, and if we run it again, as I can show you, we're going to get an error because the table already exists. So then we're gonna hash this out, and just to make sure that the table is created, we're gonna do c.execute, and then we're gonna do select star from tutorial. And then on the next line we're gonna do c dot, first we're gonna print c dot fetch all. Oh guys, we forgot one thing. We forgot to commit this. What basically committing is it's just making sure that we make database. So we're just gonna quickly commit this. All you have to do is connection, which is con dot commit, and then let's hash this out for a second first so we can run this. And then table already exists, that's good. And then we hash this out, and then we unhash this. By the way, if you want to hash something in Python, it's control/, and then we run this, and we should get an empty list, which is now we know that we have a table. Now if you guys want to know how to insert variables or insert like hard insert something into the table, be sure to check out my next video. And for this video, this is gonna be it. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and this is the second part of the video of the SQLite tutorial. And in the last video we created the table called tutorial, and we run that to make sure that is created. So in this video we're going to be finding out how to insert variables into the table, and this table only has name as the column. So what we need to do is we need to say c.execute to execute a command, and then we need to do one quote, and then we need to do insert, all caps, insert into tutorial, and then if so in this first I'm going to show you how to insert how to insert values, and after this I'm going to show you how to insert variables. So in this you type in values, turn on caps lock, values, and then you type in the values you want to. So in this name we're going to just say test as a name, so we can do single quotes because we did double quotes, so that's gonna mess with that. So we can just do single quotes, another single quote, and then to commit this, so con.commit, this just says that we're actually submitting it in, because this is not an accident, we're committing it into the database. Then if we run this, it says process finished with 0 exit code, and let's control/, this out and fetch all of it. So it should be test, yeah, and we see test in the database. So hey guys, welcome back to another video. In the this is the third tutorial of the SQLite with Python series. In the last video we covered how to insert values into the table in the database. In this video we're going to be covering how to insert variables into the database. So to do this, what you need to do is c.execute, and then you need to do insert into the table you want to insert, which is tutorial in our case, and then you're going to say values, and you're going to say the values in here that the table has. So our table has name. No, you're going to put a question mark here to say that we're submitting a variable that just signifies that. And in here you're going to put in the name of the column right next to the table name. You're going to say name, and over here let's define a variable called example name, and remember variables cannot have spaces, and we can just name this Bob, and then we're gonna pass in the variables just like this, and then we're just gonna pass in like this, pass in example name, and then we're gonna commit this con dot commit, and if we run this we get an error. So you don't usually get this error, but sometimes when you do get this error, all you have to do is instead of these parentheses, you can put a list symbols, and then if you run this we should not get any errors. And then let's hash this out, and to make sure it went in we can just print everything in the table. If we run this, yes, it went in. We submitted in test from the last video, and in this video we submitted Bob. So thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe for more videos, and click the notification bell for the next videos of the SQLite database. After this series I'm also going to make a Flask series, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. Help me beat the YouTube algorithm, and peace. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be covering over how to read from SQLite databases in Python. So this is what we did in the last video. If you don't know, please check out the playlist. And so in this video what I'm going to show you is, so let's just run this to see what files we have in our PC, in our tutorial table right now. So if we run this, we have test in it, and we have Bob. So what this does, it returns us a list of lists. So then what we're gonna have to do is first we close this out. And what we're gonna have to do is instead of printing c.fetchAll, we're gonna store it in a list called names equals to c.fetchAll. c.fetchAll. I'm gonna name it to c.fetch. And just zoom in a little. Fetch all, and then we're gonna iterate through this list for name in names. We're gonna say print name 0 because we just want to print the first value. So if we run this, we get this in a neat manner. We get test and then Bob. Now what we can also do like is print the f string, f, and you can do this, and you can do this, and then we just do this, and then this. And if you want to name them, we can have period, and then this, and then we can have num, and actually let's just not do this. So we can have name is, and then it's gonna print name is right here. It's gonna print name is test and the name is Bob. So you can mess around with this, and you can in the next video, and that's it for this video. In the next video, we're going to be covering over updating and deleting in the future videos. So stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so we can beat the YouTube algorithm together, and peace. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So this is the 5th tutorial of the SQLite series with Python. So in the last tutorial we covered how to read from a database. In this tutorial we're going to be covering how to delete from a database with the where clause. So what we do is we hash all this out, and then we're going to so let's just run this real quick to see what's in our database. Can still hash this out, and by the way, to hash is /, and if you haven't already subscribed, help me subscribe so I can we can beat the YouTube algorithm together. So I'm just gonna run this file, and then I'm gonna get, and then it shows name is test and name is Bob. So we have values test and Bob. So what we're gonna try to delete is test. So we're gonna just hash this out, and then we're gonna write C is cursor, by the way, so C dot execute, and then C dot execute, and then we're gonna do caps lock delete from, and then the table name. Our table name is tutorial right here, tutorial, and then we have to write where, and then our column name, which is where name equals to, and we can say where name equals to test. I think we can say that in single quotes. Name equals to, I don't think we have to say that in single quotes, I'm not sure. Test. And then we can commit this so it knows we're doing it for sure. So we just do con dot commit, and then if we run this, I hope we don't get an error. No column named test. No such column test. So let's try that. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, you just have to put like that, and just to make sure this worked, we're gonna print everything. So all this should print is name is Bob. Okay, so we successfully deleted that. So subscribe for more. In the next video we'll be covering over how to update values from the SQLite database, and then after this we're going to be moving on to a Flask tutorial, and after that will be a Selenium tutorial, so subscribe for that. I'm going to make some fun projects with Selenium, including a Bing search bot to help you make points which you can then redeem for other things in Microsoft Bing. And so subscribe for that. Thanks for watching. Like the video so we can beat the YouTube algorithm together, and peace. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be covering how to update values from a table in SQLite with Python, and this is the last tutorial in the series, I believe. So let's just get started. Let's run this and see the values that are in the table. So right now there are only Bob. So what the goal for this video is to change Bob to Rob. So we'll hash this out, and then we're gonna start from scratch, and we're gonna write c.execute. So you need to use update, all caps, and then you need to do update. Let me just check real quick. You need to do update in the table's name. So we do update tutorial, which is the table we created in the first video. We do update tutorial, and then we have to use we have to use set. You have to say set, and the column name equal to, in single parentheses, Rob, and then we're gonna say where name is equal to Bob. So this is gonna change the name to Rob where the name is Bob. So then we just need to commit this. We say con.commit, and then if we run this right here, okay, process finished with no errors, and then we hash this out, and then we unhash this, and then if we run this, we see, hopefully we see name is Rob. So also what you can do is we can change it from if we want to change it back to Rob, back to Bob, we're gonna do a variable this time. We're gonna say set name equal to question mark, where name equal to question mark, and then we're gonna pass in the values. We're gonna pass in the question marks. We're gonna pass in, so set name equal to, we need to do Rob. We need to have a variable called Bob. So let's just call this name, and call this name2 equals to Rob. So, and then we in here we need to set the name. Right now the name is Rob, so we need to set it to Bob. So we need to set the name to Bob. So we pass in set name to Bob. So pass in name. We pass in name, and then for the next variable we pass in name2. So now if we run this, this should change the name, and then hash this out, and then so name should be Bob again. So if we run this, and as we can see, the name is Bob. So guys, that was the last tutorial of the Python with SQLite with Python series. In the next I'm going to start a series with Flask. In that I'm going to be teaching you how to make a basic website with a database, and then we're going to also publish the website using Python anywhere. So stay tuned for that, and after that I'm also going to do some Selenium projects and tutorials. So don't forget to subscribe so we can beat the YouTube algorithm together. And thanks for watching. Peace.